Greetings, children of the screen. Your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here again with another quick thoughts video. Today, focusing in on Hunt for Wolverine number 1. This book is separated into two separate stories, the first being Secrets and Lives, written by Charles Soule, with art by David Marquez and Rachel Rosenberg. Then the second one is Hunter's Pride, written by Charles Soule, with art by Paulo, Sakira, Walden Wong, and Ruth Redmond. So guys, here's the basic plot of this book. The Reavers set out to steal Wolverine's body, encased in adamantium, or at very least get a DNA sample for a buyer, because they're in hard times right now. And if you don't know the Reavers, they're like a cybernetic bounty hunter team. They're kind of bad guys for the most part. They're hired to do all kinds of little jobs, and they definitely need upgrades and all that kind of stuff, so they're going after the corpse of Wolverine. When they get there, they find that the X-Men are waiting for them, or the X-Men arrive shortly after. There's a really cool fight, and then we find out through a flashback that Wolverine is not in the adamantium anymore. And in fact, we find that whenever we first saw Wolverine's adamantium husk, the shell that he was in Marvel Legacy, that was actually after the events of this Reaver attack where it gets cut open. But Wolverine, in fact, had already been removed earlier. Because in a different flashback, we see that right after, everyone accepted Wolverine was dead and they put up the monument, Kitty Pryde was able to use her powers to phase Wolverine's body out of the adamantium, and they buried him somewhere. And then in what feels like another flashback, we see her visiting his grave and discovering that he's not in the grave, which then kicks off the hunt for Wolverine. And that's the basic plot for this book, guys. I know everybody's really excited for this book. A lot of people have been clamoring for it. They just haven't not been able to wait, just chomping at the bit, waiting for this book to come out, because it's freaking Wolverine. Like real Wolverine, not Old Man Logan, or Wolverine's son from an alternate universe, or Laura Kinney, despite the fact that she's been doing a great job as Wolverine. People are just excited because people love Wolverine. So, let's go through the positives of the book first. The artwork in the book is absolutely up to par. It is really good. I really enjoyed it. The way that each of the characters is captured really works for me. They still have the weird monkey beast evolution thing. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that character design, but all the characters are drawn well. The art is good, is what I'm saying. From all the different artists who worked on the two different stories, all the artwork is pretty solid. I really liked it. The characterization of all the different characters by Charles Soule is really fantastic. That's one thing I will always say is I've never read a Charles Soule book where the characterization was off. He embodies these characters and who they are and the way they act and what they think and feel very well. And I'll be honest, guys, that's kind of where the pluses on the book end, although I have to admit that is a lot. In terms of negatives, the book is really fuzzy on where in the continuity, in terms of the timeline, it lies. It's very muddled. There's lots of flash forwards and flashbacks, but we don't ever really know when we are in terms of everything else that's been happening. Beyond that, Wolverine doesn't actually show up until after the staple in this book, and he's in maybe 6 panels of the entire book. So just be ready for that. This is the setup for the hunt for Wolverine. He's not really a character in this book so far. Although, the narrator is talking to them, which then brings me to the next issue I had, which is, it's separated into 2 stories, but there's never anything telling you that the new story is starting, and it even feels like the first story is narrated, it feels like, by Kitty Pryde, and the second story you don't really know until it's over that it's narrated by Jean Grey. It's really weird, and that might not even be the case, but it was really confusing and really muddled. There was no, page telling you that this story ends and this story starts. Yeah, and then also beyond that, it's very clear that whenever they brought Wolverine back in Marvel Legacy, they had no clue what they were going to do with him. They had no plan. They were just doing it and we're going to figure it out later. And because of that, the story, the plot of this book did not work for me at all. Like, you can tell it's just them doing, like, tiny retcons and trying to put the pieces together in a way that makes sense, but it feels really forced, and I'm not 100% sure that it does make sense. Yeah, so that's really kind of my thoughts on this book, guys. Although I do have to say that I am pretty excited for Hunt for Wolverine Adamantium Agenda that's going to be coming out on sale 5/9/18, because it will be reuniting the core team of the New Avengers, which is a book I've never had a chance to actually read. And of course, I'm talking about the New Avengers lineup with Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Wolverine. I've never had a chance to read that one, but I've heard a lot of great things about it, and it seems like a really fun team. So, and I was actually asking Sal from Comic Pop, like those guys who have their channel on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's freaking awesome. I was asking him about it because he's a big fan of that book, and he said he's excited about it, and I trusted judgment. I mean, obviously, the book could still suck. Don't hold it to him, but I'm just saying, I'm excited for it. But anyway, guys, this week, this book, like I said, the art was cool, the characterization was cool, but overall it didn't really work that well for me. I'm still going to give the next one a shot, and definitely going to give Adamantium Agenda a shot, but this week this book is going to be getting 3.5 out of 5 GGs, and I don't know if I can recommend this one, but it's probably worth checking out. I don't know. If you're really psyched to see what happens and how this story unfolds, then sure, check it out. But just letting you know what's up with it. And, for the $5.99 price, I don't really know if it's worth it, but that's just me. Anyway, guys, did you guys check this book out? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please leave a like and share it with some friends. That's more important now than ever with everything YouTube is changing up on us small YouTubers. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get notifications on all the dope content I'll have coming out in the future. Also, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I'll leave those links down in the description below. Thank you for your time, guys. I hope you all have a good one. Nerd Scum, out.